Spider Pig, Spider Pig. Anytime I'm talking about Spider-Man, I can't help but think of this clip from the Simpsons movie.
Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does.
I have been waiting years for this film to come out after the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. I've been highly anticipating this film. I've done a very good job in not seeing any trailers for this film, except for like 3 weeks ago, I finally checked out one of the teaser trailers and I was like, okay, that's it. I don't want to know anymore. Even that was too much. So I went into this film pretty blind. Like, I didn't have any speculations. I didn't really watch any extra media footage or anything like that out there. I really try to keep myself blinded for this movie.
I am blind.
And of course, I'm a big fan of Tom Holland's other 3 Spider-Man films. So what did I think of Spider-Man Brand New Day? Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yo.
I had a lot of fun with this film. I think that there's some really high highs in this movie. Like, some things that are the best about Spider-Man are in this film. And yet, there are a few lows. And I'll get into those in a second. But first of all, the standouts to me is the performances. Like, Tom Holland as Peter Parker Spider-Man, like, he is the guy. He is Spider-Man. And this is the first time out of all 4 films that, like, he's actually Spider-Man. He's not, high school Spider-Boy anymore. He is a full-grown adult. He is in college and working and being alone and dealing with being Spider-Man and Peter Parker, but on like an adult scale. And I love that we're finally in that era. Tom Holland is so great in this role. Like, he is Peter Parker. He is Spider-Man. I hope he makes another 2 or 3 Spider-Man films with him as this role, because we can't seem to quite get enough, and I love his performance in this. But also, John Bernthal as the Punisher is great, and him and Tom Holland together on screen as Spider-Man and the Punisher have such great chemistry, and it is exuberant. Exuberant? Is that a word? Yeah, I guess that's the word here.
Today, Junior?
There's a better word. There is electric chemistry between them, not exuberant.
Wow, that was weird.
And the rest of the cast, of course, is great, from Zendaya to newcomers like Sadie Sink. The action is great. I think Destin, Daniel Cretton, was the perfect choice for Spider-Man, and I loved Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. I really enjoyed his other films like Just Mercy and Short Term 12. He is a great director and a perfect person to really digest this point in Peter's life. I thought the direction of this film was a lot better than John Watts and what he did, but not that what he did was bad with Homecoming and Far From Home and No Way Home. Like, he did a great job with those films. But this is definitely like a step up in artistry, like the actual swinging of Spider-Man throughout the cities of New York, even though it was Glasgow, throughout the cities of New York was so exciting. And this movie is a true blue Spider-Man film because it is grounded, it is street level, it is what we want from Spider-Man, what we expect from him, to be quippy, but yet, dealing with ordinary life compared to being Spider-Man. Where all the other 3 Spider-Man films, he always had someone to kind of show him the way, whether that's like Tony Stark or even Mysterio for a certain amount of time, or other Spider-Man. In this film, he is alone, making choices on his own, and I love that for Tom Holland Spider-Man in this film. It is so well directed. I love some of the flying through New York scenes. Like, to me, it's some of the best, not even just in the MCU, but just out of all the Spider-Man films. Like, I love the rawness, and like his suit is flapping in the wind, and it is awesome to see him like working with the police and trying to figure things out, yet at the same time he's still like a superhero and he's still doing his crazy stuff, but it is so grounded in this movie, and I love that. The movie has some great twists and turns It has some interesting things in areas they go with, especially just for like the character of Peter Parker. And I really appreciated that they took this character a lot more serious than they kind of ever have before. And is this the best Tom Holland Spider-Man film? I mean, there are people out there that are saying yes. For me, I don't know if I'm quite there. I still think No Way Home is better. This is probably right below No Way Home though. I think No Way Home also just has like a lot of nostalgia. It explores Peter so well. It explores life getting into like college and stuff like that. But it also has some great action and some amazing villains. Where Brand New Day, it has some great action, but the villain was lacking a little bit. So now I'm gonna get into some spoiler territories. To me, the villain problem of this film is with Jean Grey. Now, Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, beautiful casting, great. They couldn't have done any better. What I have an issue with is more of like the writing, is the story and the script itself. If I knew nothing about X-Men or Jean Grey or Spider-Man in these worlds, I might watch this film and go, holy crap, that's crazy. Who is this Jean Grey character? That's gonna be interesting. But because like I have such a big background with it, I'm like, we all know Jean Grey's not gonna be the villain ultimately. Things are gonna get resolved. And this movie feels a little bit predictable. Again, another spoiler. We all know by the end of this film, Jean Grey's not gonna be like the villain anymore. That MJ's going to remember Peter. And even if they end up together or not, it's going to resolve kind of those issues. And so the film feels a little bit predictable in its writing. And I was hoping for a little bit more outside the box thinking when it came to this film. As story-wise, like the whole stuff with Peter, you know, struggling with his mutation and you know, his spider hormones kind of taking over, and he's being able to like do natural web slingers, and his eyes turn black, and he's stuff like that. I thought they were going to go more into that. Like, I thought eventually he was going to be like the 8-armed man spider that we know from the comics, but they don't quite go in that direction. And then I thought they were really going to lean into like the mutants and all that. And no, they don't quite go into that either. And so there's a bunch of things and plot points in this film that happen that are only partly explored. So for me, the writing of Jean Grey in this movie, while the character's great, the acting's great, I don't know if it was the best to have her in a Spider-Man film. I did like their on-screen chemistry between Sadie Sink and Tom Holland's Peter Parker. Like, that was fine. But the actual plotting itself, to me, I just had some issues with. And that also comes to the runtime of this movie. It is almost 2.5 hours long. Way too long for a Spider-Man film. Like, what are we doing? It's just, I don't know why we're overstuffing these movies. And there is so much that they're trying to do in this movie. And maybe that's why it feels like it never accomplishes any of these plot points fully. And feel fully fleshed out, is because they're all competing for screen time.
Dude, stop acting like you're the number one guy in this group, man. I'm the number one guy in this group.
They try and cross all of them into one sort of cohesive storyline, and I don't think they quite accomplished the goal. It just didn't feel as fleshed out as a film as it could have been, as it almost promised to be, but didn't quite deliver on. And again, another obvious point, like the Department of Damage Control, like, you see it from a mile away. They're not going to be the good guys or on Peter's side. So, and then the way that they incorporate the Hand, you know, the organization from the Daredevil TV show on Netflix and Disney Plus, like how they incorporate the Hand into this was sort of like a soft launch of the Hand in the MCU. But yeah, like I just didn't like how they used that sort of plot line as well and integrated into like Jean Grey and like MJ and Spider-Man and Ned and stuff, and it feels messy at times. And those are some of the lows of the movie, but again, some of the highs of the film are so magnificent, like him swinging through New York, him fighting against a tank and getting into scruffs with Frank Castle, the Punisher, like him and the Punisher going up against Hulk is awesome too. Like, that was such a great scene. And there's a lot of cool elements to this movie. I just don't know if it ended up stitching up to something that was like a masterpiece, but it still overall was a really entertaining, fun film. I'm very curious how they're going to use Spider-Man going ahead from here, whether he's going to be in Doomsday or not, or if it's just a cameo, or if they're really saving him for the following year with Secret Wars. But I will be curious to see what kind of role and leader Spider-Man ultimately becomes in the MCU with the Avengers and the X-Men and everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and give Spider-Man Brand New Day a B+. If you like this video, make sure you click that like button and subscribe to my channel down below. Also comment, what did you think of Spider-Man Brand New Day? Did you love this film? Were you disappointed? What is your ranking of the Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man films? Come back and check out some other movie reviews such as The Odyssey, the other Tom Holland film this year, and Obsession. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next film.